A very good Erev Shabbos to you all. Let us engage in some prayer together. And we start with Mincha. Ashrei Yeshvei Veisecha Oid Yehaduruch HaShalom. Tila Sadino Yedam Pivi Rakobas Hashem Kochelin Vanach Mevachim Adavadinam. Hallelujah. Baruch Ato Adonai Eloheinu V'Elehei Aviseinu Elehei Avraham Elehei Yitzchak Elehei Yaakov Ho'el HaKodei Ragi B'Vandei Ro'elilem Gimel Chasam Tevim Ken Yaakov V'Zachim Chasav V'Smei V'Gei Livnei V'Neihem L'Man Shmei B'Yahava Melech Yisrael Moshe Magen Baruch Ato Adonai Magen Avraham Ato Gibei Leilam Adonai Mechayim Eitzim Matan Rav Leishiyam Hashavu Rochum Medegeshem Mechalkel Chaim Mechesed Mechayim Eitzim Rachmim Rabim Samech Niflim V'Refei Chedim V'Mati Rasurim Mechayim V'Nosal Shil Afar Yichom Echabagavut Zemidem Melach Melech Meimitzum Mechayim Asmech Yeshua V'Dem Ratalach Yitzhasem Baruch Ata Adonai Mechayim HaMeitzim Ata Kodesh Hashem Chol Kodesh V'Leshem Cholim Melech Hasar Baruch Ata Adonai Ha'el HaKodesh Ata Chein Elad Nas Namlen Shmin Echanei Mitchach Chol V'Vadas Baruch Ata Adonai Chein Hadas Hashiveinu Abinu L'Sesach V'Karveinu Makinu V'Lesecha V'Hachazirenu B'Seshuva Shlem V'Necha Baruch Ata Adonai Hareitze B'Seshuva Slach Lana V'Niki Chatana B'Chelo L'Makin Niki V'Shana Kiyata V'Tzalachat Baruch Ata Adonai Chanun Harma B'Lisloyach Reina Vanyin V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V'V' רפאנו אדינו ונרפא ישנו ונמשך שנות והלר וכפו של מחמר כיסנו כי יל מלך לפנינו ורחמנות ברוך אתה אדוני רפא חיידי עם ישראל ברוך עלינו אדוני אלוהינו שנה זייס ואיס כל מיני סבוס לטבע ולציין תעלמות ברכה וידע בסמלים מטבעך וברך שונסינו חשם ותויס ברכה אדוני ברוך השם ברוך אתה אדוני מברך השונים ותקבל שבע גדול לחסד וסנס קבץ גלוי יסנו קבצין יחד ויאבא קמפס עשן ברוך אתה אדוני מקמס נתחיים ישראל השיר שחתן גבל שני יצא כבר חילוב הזמנים ונחנו לך לינה אתה אדוני לבדך בחסד ורחמים וצדק ומשפט ברוך אתה אדוני מלך חייב צדק ומשפט ולמה שינים אל תסיק ובכל המיל וחסד קראי גבי ובכל יבם וחמי קרייסו ומחוס הריש ומהרס עק ירס שבס מגן וסחני אמם הבמין ברוך אתה אדוני שוי בירבים ומחני עשיתם על הצדיקים והנכסים לעשות גם חמש הפרקסוס ומקצת ודיינו ימנח מחדנו אלוהינו וסייסך ובכל בית חמישים חמיים וסייסים חכינים והם לא ימלבש כי בכל בתחנו ברוך אתה אדוני מישון מפתח לצדיקים להשתמך ברחמתו שבסייש כמסך שבת וחסד ועד חמי וצריך תכין ובני יסח בקרני מן בנדם ברוך אתה אדוני בני ירושלים עצת עמדה ודחמי יסח כתוב שסך כי לשבוסך כבינו כל היום ברוך אתה אדוני מצמיח קרן ישוע שמע כלינו אדוני אלוהינו אברך ברח ולנו וכבד ברחם רסן ספיר עשינו כי אלה שומע תפילת סחנין מתם ונחמה כדי כמעט שבינו כי אתה שומע תפילת סקופ ברוך אתה אדוני שומע תפילה רצי אדוני אלוהינו ממחסו וסלאסם שייב פושע עבד לסח ושייסו וסלאסם וסח ברצי סלאסם תמד עבד סלמך וסחסן משבוע לציין רחמים ברוך אתה אדוני המחס שכינה סיידציי מוידי אנחנו לחשת אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבסנו לנו וצוחינו מגן שנה אחרת וחסמת לסחה על חיינו המשבית יחמיין נשמסנו כל זך וצח שמחום בירמן מסחת וסח שבכל וצהריים הטוב לכם אנחנו לחסם חסדך כי אדם כי בינו לך וכלו מספרך מספרך ונעשי שמחום כן תמיד לנו בועד בכל אחר מדוח הסל ושמחל גרים כתב שעשינו וססנסיירתי ברוך אתה אדוני הטוב שמך לכנו אלוהי דייס Sim Shalom Tevirach Chaim Chaim Chesed Rachmelei Makar Shalom Achmacheli Ben Kan Kan Ben Akiva Ben Achna Sallah Nadin Orient Resem Chesed Stak Rachmacham Shalom Vetoy Ben Achel Baruch Sam Shab Khalei Sab Khal Shab Shtamach Baruch Atah Noi Hamavar Chesam Yisroel Va Shalom Yulot Nu Vek Nu Lechan Dis Kan such a Sachem 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 Khal Shab Khasam Shab Yikim Stam Shab Khasam Shab Khasam Shab Hey, say shalom, my fiance shalom, Alina Vakalisra, Vibru, Amen, some the Hadin Said, she wanna be something, dashing of Yamena, Vesechalke, the Beseda Secho, all they know the Shabeach, Lada, and Hacker, the Same is dark, having never and looking with Ahmed. Schon dich mal jetzt das ja keine Kabel nach den neuen das ist sagen wir gerade كده يشسر كده خاطي خاكبه شغله شو ده قاعد نقول خوش شو كما خوش لخاهي وليال ما تبلغ بخبك كاكاز بس قاعد نبلغ ما هيادنا الى ملخ Akol haaretz bayom hahu yiyeh Hadonai echad Hoshavai echad. And we will now go to Kabbalat Shabbat, which is on, if you've got the new Chief Rabbi's Singer's Prayer Book, it's on page 256. Uncle Ricky there, you're going to stick it on. Yeah, he's got it on the screen. I knew I could rely on you. I'll take it off the screen there. So, we'll begin with Yedid Nefesh. Please join me in song, wherever you are. It's the month of Nisan. Nisan's a month of miracles. Has a miracle happened to you today? Well, watch out. They're happening all over. Month of miracles, Nisan. This is the first month, and the greatest miracle is the Exodus, and we're still here. So let's join us together in prayer wherever you are. Yedid Nefesh. Havarachamon Meshach Avdecha Heretzayinecha Yaharutz Avdecha Kema Hayahayan Yishtachave Helamol Hadarecha Hallelujah Philip Hamilton Keys Yeheravlo Yedidei Secha Mina Eifetzuf V'choto Am. Hello, Arieka Yechevet from Brazil. Adona Ziv Ha'olam Nahashicha Yala Sahavosecha Yahana Homer Narefa Nahala Maharitz Laha Nayam Tibecha Good Shabbos Sylvia. Yes, Vizchazek Vizhisra Hape Vahoisa Hala Simcha Sailam Vosik Yamuna Rachamecha Vachusana Ala Beinahu Vecha. Good Shabbos from South London. Kayla, nice to see you. We'll see your name. Ki hizekan ma nechsayf nechsahafti le'erais mehei ram sifat esusecha. Hello, Brenda and Jeffrey from back inside. Lechamda achamda lihipi v'chusana v'yahalti salam higalehena. Oh, praise Chavivi Allah. Hello, Barry Silver from back inside. Yes, Shukas Shloimecha. Tahir Eretz Mikvaydecha. Nagila Vanismecha. Hello, Elaine Schreider, all the way from Whetstone. In my head, I have Kibamaye. V'chaneinu ki me'olam. Good Shabbos to Geya from South Woodford. Did it lie, did it die. Sorry, Francis Geya. Did it lie, Hello, Anthony from Hendon. Hello, Robin from Newbury Park. Hello, Gail Sackclough from Richmond. From Eden. We're going to start off with Psalm 95, which is the Chunarana, and I'm joined with my son Mendy's home from the United States for the festival for Pesach. All right, please join me. Wherever you are, make your home into a mini shul and let's get davening. Asher nishbati bi'ahapi im yavayon el menuchasi. Shiru l'Adonai shichad, shiru l'Adonai kol hazon. Sabru agem kvei, devi chalam l'nfei, shiru l'Adonai menuchol, v'nei kol elim v'elim. V'Adonai shamayim asahed, v'hadad lefonu v'yishes mikdash, hor Adonai mishchoy sabim. Havol Adonai Komeres, Havol Adonai Kvishmei, Simen Chol Vail Chasei, Shachol Adonai Mechades Kedesh Komerochon Kolas and Vakim Adonai Malach. Aftigotim Batim Yodinam V'Memeshorim, Yishvechu Hashamayim V'Soged Haaretz, Yiram Hayom U'Melayim, Yalei Sodai V'Chol Asher Boi. As Yiranenu Kalatseyor Lifnei Adonai Kiva Lishbait Haaretz Yishbait Teveh B'Sehedeh Ve'amim B'Emunasoi. Adonai Malach talking on Jesus. Hey, Stefan Taylor, Chesala, Hey, Soviv, Sora, Yida Shman Sidi Varacham, Great Kamish, Adonai Kiada, then Elina Kola, or Esmeralda, Sakola, the Him. I have Adonai, Sinura, Shoimer, Nafshois Hasida, Meyad Shavim, Yatzilem, Zaru ala Tzadik. Holy Israel, Simcha, Simchu Tzadikim B'Adonai, V'Hoitu L'Secher Kadeshoi. Mizmah Shir Adonai Shechad, Haydi Adonai Shuasa Elena Grand Gilasit Kosa Zach Hasam Nasam Solar Shusa Hari Adonai Kolat Pizonam Zaman Zamazal Mechin Khazin Khazis Hari Rafna Khadina Yama Yama Bloya Tebe Yashva Naharoi Simcha Uchav Yachad Abim Yeraneinu Lifnei Adonai Akiva Lishbahot Haaretz Yishbotei Behel B'tzedek Ve'amim B'meisharim Vayz Melech Mishpat Vayishavianu Cheinam Shum Kishma Kirim Aladina V'yanim Amidom Midam Yadeihem Shomei Deisa V'cheid Nasan Lam V'yadina L'Natan Isam El Naisei Ayisalohem V'naikim Malali Laisam Roi Mebu Adonai Eloheidu V'ishtachavu Lahan Kodshoi Ki Kadosh Adonai Elohenu. Mizmah David, this is why you need to join in. Mohav V'ladonai B'nei Elim.
Ay la 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 la.
Ahav V'ladonai Kaveh V'yahos.
Ay la 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 la.
Ahav V'ladonai Kevah Shemahai.
Ay la 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 la.
Ishtachavu l'Adonai b'hadras kodesh. Hello, Nadine Fogelwood, all the way from London, not Jersey. Die, lie, lie. Kol Adonai al hamoyim helakovodim. Adonai amayim rabim. Rachel Gilbert. Kol Adonai b'hakoyach. Ay la 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 la. Kol Adonai b'hada. Ay la 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 la. Kol Adonai shover arazim. Ay la 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 la. Vayshaber Adonai yesarezeh. Halevahon. Alexander falling all the way from Elstree. Ay la la. Kol Akide Kemahoye. Galavanon Messiah Kemai Beri Amen. Kol Adonai Chai Say Rahab Say. Celebrate needs from both food. Kol Adonai Yachil Midbar.
Ay la 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 la.
Yachil Adonai Midbar Kadesh.
Ay la 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 la.
Kol Adonai Yachil Elayalais. Vayachsav Yarais. Uvehechal Avai Kulai. I make a violent shout out from Manchester. Hi, lie, lie. Adonai lahamabo yashav yeshev Adonai melech li'olam. Adonai zavayitein Adonai yevarech esamai v'shalom. Hello, Stel from Chigwa. Right, we go to the Chotel. We can do a medley of tunes. Are you ready? L'chodai di likras kala p'nei Shabbos nekabla. L'chodai di likras kala p'nei Shabbos nekabla. L'chodai di likras kala p'nei Shabbos nekabla. Shamar v'zachar b'diburecha. Hishmiyanu el hamyuchad. Adonai echad u'shma echad. L'shem zveres l'silah. L'echad oidi l'ikras kala Penei Shabbos the Kabbalah Lecha Dodi Likras Kala Penei Shabbos the Kabbalah Likras Shabbos Lechu V'necha Ki hi mekar abracha Meirosh mikedem nesucha So Maseh b'machshavot tefila Lecha dodi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabela Lecha dodi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabela Mikdash melechi meducha Kumitzi mitach haficha Rav lach Shabbos b'yemei kabacha Uyachmoil alayichem la Lecha doidi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabela Lecha doidi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabela Are you ready? Hisna'ari me'afar kumi Livshi migdei sifatei chami Ahal yad ben yishai beis halachmi V'nafshi yehi Allah Lecha doidi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabela Lecha doidi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabela Hisayreri Kiva ayrech kumi ayri Huri shidaberi Kevaydan alayich nigala Lecha doidi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabela Lecha doidi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabela Lai say v'shiv elai Siko b'matish toichachi Umatehemi b'ach Yechesu aniyei Ahami v'nivnesai Rahavti hilah Lecha doidi likras kala Penei Shabbos nekabela Yulim Shisa, Sha'isayich V'rachakuka, Mevalayich Yasis Alayich, Helehayich Kimsais, Son Akahala, Lecha doidi likras kala, Penei Shabbos nekabela, Yamin Nusma, Tifrod Sivies Adonai, Taritzi, Hayadiyish, Ben Pansi, Nishmacha, Venagila, Lecha doidi likras kala, Penei Shabbos nekabela. We turn around. Oy v'shalom hateres bala, Gam besimcha u'betzahala, Taiche budnei hamsegula, Bayichala, Lecha doidi likras kala, Penei Shabbos nekabela. Mizmashir liyayim haShabbos. Today's other than Shamshun, Hasecha. Hemen Oschabale, Leisali Osamano, and the God of the Sakha. You ready? Tzadik ata yifrach keyeres bavanai yiske shesuli Adonai, Bechatzros Eloheinu, Yafrichu, Hadyenu Beseva, Deshenim Verananim, Lahagi, Kiyashar Adonai, Tzuri, Velahai, Havlasah. Mikael Ismail Rabbi Madirim Bishbereyam Hadim Bamarai Madayna Yehida Esecha Nemelu Meyahai Lebeischa Noah Kodesh Adonai Liyairech Yamim. Thank you. All right, just leaves me to say a few words. 5-minute sermon, 2-minute sermon. Before we do, because it's probably the last of the kids we're going to see before Pesach, and the story of Passover, the Exodus. They made it into a film. It was that good. It's something that's celebrated all over the world. The number of people we have around our table from so many different backgrounds. In fact, we have a pension where we say the Manishtana in as many languages as we can muster. We usually get about a dozen languages. I don't think we've had more than that. But everybody has some affiliation with the story of the Exodus. But let me just ask you a question. Who were these people that left Egypt? What did they look like? What type of Jew left the land of Egypt 3,336 years ago, coming up next week? Were they very religious people? I mean, look at all the miracles that were done. I mean, 10 plagues, and the different versions in the Haggadah say there's lots of other plagues which are mentioned in the scriptures, and somebody even comes to about 250 plagues if you include those that were by the sea. The splitting of the Red Sea. Have you ever heard? I mean, how do you do that? Split the waters and the Jews walk through on dry land. That's what the verse says. Torah is not lying to you. And all these unbelievable miracles. They say the visions of the Shekhinah, the divine presence, at the splitting of the Red Sea, the ordinary maidservant saw more than Ezekiel sees in his prophecy many, many hundreds of years to come. So who were these people that got all these fancy, amazing miracles? All these tremendous out of the box ideas, extraordinary, irrational things that the mind doesn't understand. How does water stand upright like that? How does that happen? He said, well, were they very religious Jews? Were they rabbis? They're probably all rabbis. 600,000 men between the ages of 20 and 60. And there was an equivalent number of women, probably more, plus those till the age of 20, those from the age of 60 and onwards. We're talking about over 2 million people here. So they probably were very... No, they weren't. They were Jews who knew next to nothing. In fact, the angels complained to God at the point where the Egyptians were drowning in the sea. And they said, well, you know, these Jews over here, what's the difference? I mean, they're not that religious either, worshipping all sorts of idolatrous practices. And God says, yeah, maybe they got a few mitzvahs, but they're my kids. They are mine. I don't care how much or how little they do. I will do miracles for them, even though they're not religious. So when we sit down to this wonderful story of Exodus, no, you don't have to be a rabbi. You don't have to be a learned and religious individual, because the story happened to somebody or peoples that were very ignorant. They had no Torah. They didn't keep anything. They just simply didn't know. They hadn't got the commandments, nothing. Yet God still did the miracles for them. Why? Because of his people. These are my kids. I gave my word to Abraham and all his descendants afterwards. That's it. My word is my bond. So know you, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, in case you think this is a story that happens to people far away in a distant time. No, it can happen to you. So am I worthy? Yes, you're worthy. Why are you worthy? Well, who were the rest of the guys who got the story of the Exodus in the first place? How worthy were they? In fact, the verse says, Ki varach ha'om, the people fled. So what do you mean they're fleeing? They can take as long as they want. The Egyptians let them go. They say, I'll go when it suits me. So no, they fled. Say the mystical sources, they're fleeing because Egypt was an immensely dense force of impurity. And there are, according to the Kabbalah, you can check this with, well, anyhow, there were various levels of impurity. There's a 49th level, is about as low as it gets. And that's the 49 days of the counting of the Omer, is taking us out of each level, going higher and higher and higher to at the point where you can receive the 10 Commandments. So they were at the lowest possible level. They said, we have to get out of here. So they fled, not because they needed to, because they wanted to get away from this dense feeling of sulliness, of impurity, spiritual and physical. Apart from the fact that they were free. They were now free. They hadn't worked for 10 months already. They were free from the service. So they fled because they wanted something better. We all look for something in our lives now and then, which is a bit more spiritual. It's a bit better than eating, sleeping, and drinking. That you don't even have to be a human being to do that. And the animals and birds, we just got a bird's nest in our shul. There's like a gap between the inner pane and the outer pane. Lovely little robins made a bird's nest there. They do their thing. They do whether they're a shul, a window, a stained glass window with a hole in it. So the message is, do not think you are not worthy, because you are. You're worthy that God should do 10 plagues if necessary and 250 miracles. And the fact that I might not reach the level of somebody else, I'm not as holy or perhaps not as religious or not as, it doesn't matter. You are still God's children. And God will perform miracles for you. You just got to step forward and head in the direction of Mount Sinai. You'll get there. It may take a while, but you'll get there. So may I wish you a happy and kosher Pesach. If you know anyone near Sheffield or Chesterfield or Doncaster or Rotherham that doesn't have a Seder, let me know about it, because they're welcome to us. Because, there's the 4 sons at the Seder, there's a 5th one, and he isn't at the Seder. And it's your job to go and find him or her, or however they identify, and bring them into the Seder and say, you have a place here. So make sure, go looking for the 5th sons. If you hear anybody near me, let me know about it. And you should have a very happy, kosher, meaningful, and uplifting Seder. And I wish you all a good Shabbos and a good Yom Tov.